All right, dudes. How are we? We are absolutely flying. Anfield Road TV. Kev from the Kitmen. Kev from Spider LFC. And yeah, we are absolutely flying high. Kev, all of us, every single Liverpool fan, we've just absolutely slapped by Leverkusen. They were never losing last season, but we've just he slotted 4 past them tonight, mate, with quite a lot of ease. Madness of a game.
69 games in Europe, undefeated. I'll tell you, and didn't take it away from him.
Not too
I'll give him
bad, is
that.
it, mate?
Yeah, whatever it was. No, it was
That's
69 games or something in the whole season, wasn't it?
yeah,
So
no,
it's nuts.
they only lost like Atalanta last season in the obviously Europa
Yeah.
League final as well, mate. But that was no easy game. No, we'll
No.
speak about it. Reds, let us know if you're new around here. Hit that subscribe button down below. Drop a like on the video as well. Head over to Kev's channel. Head over to KMax as well. Hopefully, you will be joining us very soon. KMax, if you're watching or on the repeat or whatever, let us know your thoughts. Anyway, the link is in the comments. KMax for you to join as well. But Reds, as we can see there, we'll have a little analyze that at the back end of the show, Kev. But in terms of how we sit in the top of the Champions League tree so far.
Sorry, say that again, Jack.
We are sitting tightly at the top of the Champions League tree.
Not tightly, dominantly.
Dominantly, really. 4 wins,
Dominantly.
4, 10 goals, 1 goal conceded.
Yeah.
And we've got Real Madrid on horizon, mate. But certainly, Real Madrid are sitting. But yeah, we'll get to them at the end of the show, mate. But in terms of this game, Kev, you've just come off the back of a live stream, watch along as well. Make sure everyone do head over to Spider LFC, get watch Kev's amazing reactions as well. Faster than what, lad? Quicker. Who's quicker? Mohamed Salah's quicker to getting those assists anyway. But Kev, go on. Let us know your thoughts on the game, lads.
Dude, Liverpool FC haven't been out of first 1.5 gear since the start of the season. They haven't. We haven't been out of gear. I think we get to a stage where Arne Slot is.
He's surprised.
I've been analysing it. He's surprised everybody, yeah. but no, not really, because he's an analytical coach. So he's going in and he's sending the team out in the first half, and he's saying, "Don't be too gung ho. Don't wreck yourselves. Go out and study the other side. See what way they're playing. Do certain scenarios within the team." I said this to you, Jack, at the start of the season when we were doing preseason. These used Manchester United and Arsenal in preseason, Liverpool, to test Slot's tactics in a first half game, where he let them have enough pressure, possession of the ball, always around the 28th minute, just always around that kind of that area. He leaves them have the possession, and then he studies them, he pressures them, allows them to come attacking, and then counters them. That was at the start of the season, but now he's really like, okay, we now have a confidence within ourselves to be able to control the game without actually doing too much exertion of energy. It's nuts. And then the second half was just blowing teams away.
Like, to do it in a game of this magnitude, though, lads, the opposition as well, Reds, and big up everyone. Get your comments in, and me and Kev will try and rattle through every single one of them, feature them all as much as we possibly can as well. If you've got any comments or questions you want to ask you Liverpool fans out there, post them in the comments, and we'll pose it back to you as well. But quickly rattling through Miss Melina as well. Evening, Jack. Evening, Jack and Kev. What a performance! Liverpool not out of second gear. Big up there, Melina.
She just said exactly what I said.
Yeah, you've got a big game for your lads tomorrow. Who we use against Arsenal against Inter Milan, so that's not an easy game for either side there, mate. But big up there, Panov, good game, great result, lads. Not too badly. But yeah, as you were alluding to there, Kevin Panov and chat, I'm absolutely buzzing, as you can tell. And Kev's on cloud now. I think we all should, because
Jack, I'm having my first drink since I had a half a whiskey at your house a couple of months ago.
There we go.
I'm enjoying myself. I'm treating myself. You're kidding me?
There. But it wasn't just a message to the English football, but for European football as well. Now, obviously, it doesn't get any bigger in a couple of weeks' time when we play Real Madrid at home. We can put a massive nail in the coffin in regards to their. Obviously, if they qualify 10th or 12th or whatever they do, never write off Real Madrid. I was saying that to Connor before on the show. You can't write Real Madrid off. But in terms of signalling to the rest of Europe, we've got Champions League winners in this squad. We are Liverpool Football Club. But as you alluded to there before, mate, in terms of the passing of the guards, really, in terms of obviously Jurgen Klopp football to Arne Slot football. Now, I said just then, mate, when you were speaking, not that, as you said, you're not surprised. I'm not surprised, but in terms of how smooth it has been, but in terms of the football, I'm not going to sit here and say that I watched any of final because I watch highlight clips and all that. I didn't watch a full 90 minutes for like 10 games running because I didn't. But in terms of we've just done this to Bayer Leverkusen, Kev, and it's not just like we've done it to. I'd say Leo, but Leo beat Real Madrid a couple of weeks ago. But a lesser team in Europe. This is a team that thrives on possession-based football, a team that loves to get in behind the lines of opposition teams, kill them within the penalty area. I think Florentino Wirtz didn't really have nothing to do really in that whole game, apart from like one ball. I think it was in the first.
When he did, he was very good at what he does. He just didn't have the quality around him to do it.
And that goes to Liverpool's midfielders.
Jack, I said it in my stream earlier, man. If we had the opportunity to snap up Wirtz for Szoboszlai's position, which is that free roaming role, because Szoboszlai, he hasn't hit the heights. He's a good player, but it's good to have that type of player come off the bench and do what he did. He was good when he came off the bench tonight and did what he did, but there's no passing flair around him. There's no Wirtz is that passing flair player. You know, you want a player that strikes from distance, and we're playing against a low block team. You bring on Szoboszlai and he can strike from distance or do something. You want somebody who can pass through lines and do whatever, it's Wirtz. So for me, I'd be breaking the bank in the summer for the likes of a Gyökeres if Núñez doesn't take off this season. I've always said this is Núñez' last final season, given a chance, because it's too much without without the GA heading into the 30s. You know, you can't have the GA not heading into the 30s for an elite striker at a Liverpool level.
Yeah, football's a very ruthless game, mate. And we as Liverpool fans, and me, Kev, and all of us, will give Núñez time. But at the end of the day,
absolutely,
the final person that'll make that decision, as we all know, will be Arne Slot. If Arne Slot feels he can't and cannot get the much, and just quickly touched on obviously the back end of that goal. We'll get to the fourth goal, but just the lads on the bench with our fourth goal were laughing their heads off, and with Núñez, because I think we all are at this moment in time. Because we're like Núñez he's doing absolutely everything apart from putting the ball in the
and
back.
He's playing great, Jack.
Yeah.
That's the difference. He's fighting, he's battling, he's coming back. Some of the tackles he's been doing, some of the tracking back is Bobby-esque from back in the day. You know, he's been coming back, winning the ball back. He's doing everything brilliant, but he's not bought to do that. He wasn't bought to be a Bobby. He was bought to be a striker and to score goals. Yeah. And he hasn't, and he's not assisting enough. So we're in a point where it's a testing season for Núñez. I love the guy. I want to keep him. I'd love to be able to keep him and just get somebody else on top of him and just rotate him. But you can't. I mean, look at Jota. Jota's out for always about 3-4 months of a season. I love him as well, but you know,
Núñez might explode this season, and hopefully he does as well.
And we never talk about it again.
And he scores that Champions League hat-trick and all that good stuff as well in the final. But quickly touch on the first half, Kev. I think obviously we won't dwell too much on it because I wouldn't say it was a dead first half. It was just that Bayer Leverkusen stifled us. They do that really well. They keep hold of the ball. It's a
half block, not even a low block. It's a half block. They can attack from that block. So,
from a defensive structural point of view, the thing where they become knackered in the second half was their press was absolutely crazy in the first 45 minutes, mate. In terms of going, like, as we'll go into the second half, Arne Slot did change. He said on his post-match he went more man-to-man, and that is, you have to be some ballsy team to go man-to-man against the Bayer Leverkusen team because they'll absolutely tear you apart, as we've seen over the last 12 months when teams have done that. But we've got the quality to do that. But in terms
that's what I was talking about. Slats sussing out of a situation. You can suss out teams. We're going anyway. Sorry.
45 minutes for you, Kev. How did you feel that first?
Again, it's a Liverpool team. Just if you understand the word sussing out, it's just, you know, feeling your opponent, understanding what they're doing, seeing their little trays, seeing how they're pressing you, seeing what they're doing. That Bayer Leverkusen team had it kind of easy last season with how good they played, and as the season went on, they just got more and more powerful, and it was very hard to break them down. They're a tough side to break down. They've got a good half block and a good defensive setup and a good defensive mindset, and they like to do a lot of stuff building into the middle of the park and back out towards Frimpong and co. But I think I heard Boniface's name twice tonight, and Wirtz had some great passing going on, and actually in the times when Liverpool were at their weakest, he was outstanding, doing what he did when he picked up the ball in lovely spaces in between us, and Slot spotted that straight away and he said that's the danger for the second half, and the minute he cut that out, they disappeared. So Slot, I think, more so cut out Wirtz and Frimpong out of the game, and at by that stage Liverpool just took over, and then we were picking up the spaces, so we were almost man marking man for man in the second half, and then the minute we turned over possession, we were all in the spaces, and some of Salah's passes deserved some goals. He deserved a goal himself tonight. He was brilliant, but some of his passing tonight on the outside of the foot was just phenomenal. It's just
sorry there, Kev. We'll get to him, mate.
Yeah.
We'll dedicate a whole 20 minutes quietly so for Salah.
I feel like Homer Simpson, man. I just want to go.
Yeah, Mel, get that contract signed. Well, sign it, lad. In terms of statistically speaking about that 45 minutes, we rightly so give, as Kev's alluded there, Bayer Leverkusen their flowers, dominated possession, 58% possession to Liverpool's 42 in that first half. But in terms of Liverpool with the ball, for the moments in which we did create quite a lot of decent-ish chances. Obviously, the Gakpo chance at the back end of the 45 minutes, another delicious ball similar to this one in the second half. We'll get to Curtis, but a Curtis ball down the left-hand channel to Gakpo, and obviously just I think it's Fredecki that they've got in goal. Leverkusen, anyway, their captain. He's been there for absolutely donkeys. If you're a Bundesliga fan, you'll know that anyway. But what a goalkeeper. But certainly made up he won that because he's been there for absolutely ages.
That shows you what the tensive atmosphere is at Anfield, Jack, because he got winded in the first half from a simple save. So he must have been like fully tensed up like the whole time that he was like in the game or something was coming at him because you're at Anfield. And that just shows you the power of Anfield when it's in full noise like that. He was tensed up. He got a slight smack of a ball from a save. It wasn't even a really powerful shot. And he was winded on the floor for about 5 minutes. So
made up he got that yellow card, rightly so. Well done. But we had 3 shots in that first half on target. We had 9 shots, 3 on target. Bayer Leverkusen's 5 shots with 1 shot on target. Their goal in which they did score, quickly touching on that, Kev, it was, I'd say it was good defending by Costas. If it wasn't for the
I was giving out about him.
In terms of that first 45 minutes.
He had a brilliant game. But that one moment, Costa should never have his back to that ball. He should have been straight on man, and you can't defend like that. So I was giving out about that in the stream straight away. He got very, very lucky that Frimpong handled that ball, because otherwise, if Frimpong used his shoulder or whatever, Costas had no idea where that ball was going. He was only guessing where it was coming from. He didn't have a clue. But he was still getting close to Frimpong all night, and he still defended against him well. But in that instance, he got very, very lucky that the handball came from it, because we could have been down 1-0. It could have been a different story. Even when we went 1-0 up, the fact that we went 2-0 up straight away just killed Leverkusen. So we get to that in a minute.
Yeah, Reds, let us know your thoughts on that. Obviously, as Kev alluded to at the top of the show, sussing out from Liverpool, it worked really well. But I think in terms of the way, it was always going to be one of them. And again, obviously doing the channel for all these years anyway, obviously, especially on the Jurgen Klopp years as well, everyone in these post matches were all like, "Oh, we started slow and all that," but we've all watched countless hours of football. Like,
can't play like that anymore, Jack.
Yeah, you can't play that against this opposition, because if you go all gun ho, we know that's not Arne Slot's style. But it saved Liverpool. It's so easy, even if you have, especially in this competition, Kev, if you have a 10-15 minute spell. Like,
I have a knock at the door. That give me 1 second there, lads.
Yeah, in terms of that as well, chat in regards to a potential 10-15 minute spell when you're off it, you'll get absolutely dominated in Europe. we've seen that in the second half, which we will speak about when we analyse the goals as well for Leverkusen in that second half. The noise of Anfield, the crazy atmosphere that we swept them aside with not a lot of ease because it was well worked, well engineered, quality football from Liverpool in every facet of the game in terms of the wide play, getting those extra men between the Bayer Leverkusen midfielders as well, picking the pockets of them and really penetrating the diagonal switches as well from Virgil van Dijk. I know obviously Clarence Seedorf spoke about that in the post match for Amazon tonight, and he was very impressed. Obviously, seeing Liverpool in person as well, and rightly so. I think obviously Clarence spoken on Amazon tonight. If you missed it, saying that obviously when he was interviewing Arne Slot as well on the channel, and he was saying Van Dijk's been getting criticised from the Dutch national football as well, the coach and everything, for saying that he's not been stepping into the midfield quite as well enough, really, for the national side. But Arne Slot said to Clarence, he said, well, just told the Dutch people, just watch tonight's game, and he was clearly doing that. So, yeah, the football from Liverpool was absolutely exceptional second half, and it was good first half. It was very... You're seeing two sides of Liverpool fundamentally from a defensive structural point of view. And of course, I think sometimes when we will be watching Arne Slot in the coming years to come, hopefully, it's just mainly a bit of more intensity, really, in regards to Liverpool's passing in terms of our game as well. And certainly as we go into the second half and looking at the first goal, Kev, obviously Liverpool's start of the second half was we were out of the blocks straight away. It's the story of our season, but as Arne Slot said a couple of weeks ago, hopefully it's not something that we continue doing. He wants to see a bit more control in the first half, a bit more couple of goals as well would certainly help Liverpool, but he's only 4 months in. But in terms of this goal, Kev, Curtis Jones, you know me, Kev, for as long as I've known you, and chat, you know I'm a big advocate for seeing Curtis Jones in a Liverpool squad, playing balls like this, but playing his quality that I've always known he's had, but I get within the fan base because he's not getting the goals and assists. And when I spoke to you over the years, and a lot of Liverpool fans say Curtis keeps hold of the ball a bit too long.
That was me in the first half giving out of it.
And that's Curtis Jones 22. It's and Arne Slot, and from this goal in particular, highlights his footballing quality, because Kev, we were all sat at home, every Liverpool fan in that ground, the 60,000 or 55 or whatever it was anyway, all of them, we were like, oh mate. I went to Twitter and went, Curtis Jones, lads.
Yeah.
Like that is a ridiculous ball.
This is great
goal, mate.
It is. Look, I was you know me, I want Curtis to do well in the whole that first half. As good as he is when he's controlling the ball and whatever he's doing, he is a nightmare to watch for releasing the ball. And in that first, especially in the first half, like if anybody was watching my stream, I was giving out. I was like, please release me, let me go. I felt like the football just begging him to release. I'm like, he doesn't take the extra 2 touches, it takes the extra 17 touches. There was a couple of opportunities that went awry and all of that. It looks like at half time, Slot went in, told Curtis Jones, release the ball, by will you? Just release the ball. And then he came out, and then he was doing stuff like this all second half. And I'm like, that's the Curtis Jones I want to see. That second half Curtis Jones compared to the first half Curtis Jones is what I want to see. Now, I love some of the stuff that he did in the first half, holding on, creating, taking those extra touches to be able to hold it for a couple of seconds, but then release it. But then sometimes he's holding it, and then hang on, he's still holding it, and hang on, he's still holding it again, and oh no, wait, no, he's still holding it now, and and he doesn't release it, and then we're going backwards, and that's why he had his 90% passing accuracy for most of last season, because he was doing stuff like that. It showed up in the first half this side, but the second half, Curtis Jones, and the one we've seen in the last couple of weeks, has been fantastic. So as long as that guy stays around, I'm happy. Even if the other fella does creep in, the Hyde side of him, I should say, the Jekyll and Hyde, the Hyde side of him creeps in, and he holds onto that ball a bit too long, then that annoys me. That's what keeps him out of the team.
Yeah, he's going to get better though, mate. I think we've certainly now got a manager that knows how to get the best out of Curtis Jones.
He likes Curtis as well.
That's no slight of me saying of what Jurgen Klopp was doing, but in regards to Arne Slot, we've all watched him for 4 months or whatever it's been, and you see him on the touchline, you see him orchestrating like an orchestra. Really, the lads, they're saying like, I think there was a great interview with one of the famous Liverpool fan chefs. I think he's go and check out on TikTok. He was speaking about obviously Trent's analysis in regards to Arne Slot. Big up there, Dino. Yeah, it was amazing, mate. And he's and thank you for dropping in, mate. And let us know your man of the matches as well, Reds. And he was just saying in terms of analysing Trent's game in regards to Arne Slot, just saying if you angle your body, he was just saying
8 degrees,
like 8 degrees for Trent, you'll be winning a lot more bigger percentage of your
and he has been.
Yeah, so it's just simple
that,
things.
That
like
happened before the international break when he went to England. He got man of the match twice, came back to Liverpool, got man of the match again, and did all of that kind of stuff. So it's working. His coaching is working.
So in terms of for Curtis Jones and even the likes of the McAllisters of these worlds as well, and we spoke about Nunes at the top of the show, we've certainly got a manager that knows fundamentally how to guess the. It's all well and good certain managers in this league going out and spending £100 million on every player that they have. But sometimes in-house, you have quality within your squad, and it's about getting the best out of what you got for certain moments. But come January, if we're top of the league, hopefully, and we're deep in the Champions League, and we're 1 or 2 players away from solidifying those trophies, go out, go big, and go and get those players into the club. And that's what winners do.
I have 2 that I want in there straight away, Jack.
Quickly,
I want Gyökeres in there, and I want Wirtz in there. But I want a good quality left back in there. But I mean, you could look at it. Hincapié did really well against Salah tonight. As good as Salah was tonight, Hincapié actually did pretty well against him tonight in certain points. But then
Salah gave him a couple more kicks, didn't he? But that second half, he got absolutely terrorised.
Yeah, he did. Salah walked the team. But I mean, that's the difference between really good players and world class players. Yeah. The world class players, when they decide to wake up the demon inside them, they're gone. There's no catching them. There's no. There's a massive difference. You just have to awaken something in them, and kicking a fella and annoying him, might have worked back in the old days or whatever. But these guys are just kind of like, hang on a second, I don't care about you. You're doing this because it only flatters him. Because if you're going to do this to this guy, it only flatters the player, and you just wake him up
even more. Just
wakes him up.
Yeah, Jack, get your man of the matches in there as well. Let's get to Dino's comments. Curtis, man of the match for him. Even the first half, everything good he done came from him.
Yeah,
Maka looks leggy since last international
break.
He
is. I said he needs a break for one game. Just give him a week off or something. Leave him. I said that in my stream. Give Maka a rest. Even stick Curtis in his position. Give Dam a run out. Something like that. Just keep everybody fresh. But I would rest Maka for. Well, if I was Maka, I would be pulling a sickie for the international break, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that does. We need words with that Argentinian managers anyway.
Yeah.
But certainly, Dino. I think, as I just alluded to there, January. But mainly, the main thing is, as we said,
like a 6-week jet lag. So it's like Jack. 6 weeks jet lag.
The quicker we can qualify for the last 8, or in terms of that bracket of top 8, the better, because then we can just rotate. Obviously, you want to be finishing in the top 4 or top 5 in that bracket.
Let's win them all.
Yeah, so just
win them all.
Win them all, but
we only need 14 points. We only need 4 points from the last 4 games to qualify in a top position to get preference.
But we'd like top, but if as we can beat Real Madrid, hopefully we're confident going into that game. But as you said there, Kev, mathematically it'll be sound in a couple of weeks. But when you can do that, you can then, Kev, in Champions League chat, you can then rest McAllister in match week 5, match week 7, if needs be, match week 8 as well, if needs. And that is huge, not just in terms of European perspective, but in terms of our aspirations and the other cup competitions as well. But quickly getting on Lucho's first goal.
Oh man.
Luis
Diaz. He's from Barrancas and he plays for Liverpool.
Lucho, lads, we love you, lads. But in terms of quickly, though, obviously, there's one thing, Curtis Eno putting that ball into the penalty area there, but Lucho,
Curtis
Eno, ask Ghost Brazilian. There we go. I've said that now. Can I copy like that? I don't know. but it probably rattle us fans in our fan base anyway. But in terms of Lucho, mate, the composure is one thing putting that ball through, but you've still got to have that quality. I think the fact that he's hit it early in terms of obviously Hideki coming out trying to stand up tall, but I think the quality level of finish was superb. Like the composure, little dink over the top, just elevating it over. He just makes it look so easy.
About 2 seconds before that, I was sitting there kind of going, I love Luis Diaz. I like what Luis Diaz does up front. He should have been a striker. I was saying it even on this channel a long while ago. If what you call it's not working, Nunez, put Luis Diaz there. I think he's better in the middle of the park than he is out in the wing because he doesn't ever go to the byline. He likes to cut inside all the time. He likes to dance and dance. Put him right there in the middle. Just stick him there in the middle and just let Gakpo do his thing on the left and let Salah do his thing on the right. But I said, even for that, 2 seconds before, I said, look, there's a constant talk about there's a battle between Gakpo and Diaz on that left-hand side. But I said, Gakpo is probably a better finisher and Diaz is probably a better all-round.
You need that quality though, lad, don't you? In terms of
then he shut me up and he just does a chip like that over the keeper like 2 seconds later, So, yeah, like I like Diaz and all. It's just there wasn't enough end product from him. There wasn't enough crossing from him. But he looked on fire tonight in the middle of that park. I mean, that's no slouch of a side. He played striker. He started as striker for his first time ever in a Champions League game against Bayer Leverkusen, who was a team that only lost once in 69 previous games, and got a hat-trick against them tonight. That's all I can say there. That's how good he was tonight up front.
Not too bad, Ed. Not too bad. As I said there, mate, and Reds, it's about having that fresh competition. In an ideal world, we have Chiesa fully fit and ready firing. Because if you add that to the other 5 lads that we've got, Nunez, Gakpo, Diaz, Salah, we have got, apart from Real Madrid, probably the best attacking line in European football. But the way Real Madrid are playing at the minute, we've got the best.
They don't get along. That team does not. That team does not get along, man. You can see it in how their body language is. You can see it in how they're working. And then what about Vinicius Junior crying a barn pot because he couldn't get the Ballon d'Or? He had 38 GA. Salah's worst season for Liverpool was 39. Salah's worst season for Liverpool was 39 GA, and Vinicius Junior was out here. Do you know that Real Madrid didn't even send representatives to the Ballon d'Or because they didn't win it? Yeah.
That's another show for another night, lads.
You have to send people. Don't be so disrespectful and egotistical. Like, you have to send people.
Was it a Real Madrid legend that come out? Oh no, it was a Viggo Mortensen. Obviously, the fellow that played Aragon. Bit random here, Chad. But I think I read a comment this week of him. He's a Real Madrid fan, massive Real Madrid fan. He said it was a bit stupid from them, but we'll move. Sod Real Madrid, we're going to slap you for next week, boys.
Viggo
yeah, what an actor as well. Up to loads of the things. In terms of the second goal from Liverpool, a sublime ball into the penalty area by you-know-who. But in terms of the Gakpo flying at the back post, I think what he done really well, you allude to, obviously, the interchanging from those two, and the technical understanding from Diaz and Gakpo is something that really doesn't get spoken a lot about in terms.
It's not getting unlocked, Jack. I said it should have been unlocked nearly a year and a half ago when Gakpo arrived. I said both of them like playing from the left, but both of them can play through the centre. So why not just play him in both of those positions and let them interchange all the time?
They're on the same wavelength. It's ridiculous.
Nuts. Both boys can play on the left hand side. Diaz can still play on the right, by the way, and Salah can still tuck inside. So you've got a perfect player in Luis Diaz that can play left, that can play right, and now can play through the centre. So now you're looking at a bit of a dangerous prospect there, because Gakpo can now tuck inside, whereas Luis Diaz can go out the line and do that. Now Darwin Núñez can still do that as well. He can play out the left or whatever, but he can't play out the right too much. Whereas Luis Diaz can play every single forward position right now. And he can do it, with such ease, and so it's fantastic. That second goal, I shouted straight away, "That's a goal! How is that offside?" Like that, I said that dude's leg is doing the, he's doing the Superman takeoff pose.
Okie as well.
Yeah, he was sticking it out. Yeah, put your left leg out, leave it out there for half an hour. Yeah.
VAR in out. No, like that didn't even need checking, no, lads.
Nah.
Like,
But you see, Mark Clattenburg said it was offside. He thought it was offside. And then Shearer was just like, my eyes must be better than yours, lad, to say, you know.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, though. I think all of us. I was saying that to my dad when we were watching the game. I was like, "Why is that even be?" I said, as soon as we scored, I said, one freeze frame. That's all it took for probably all of us, even the people in the grounds. One freeze frame. But the Amazon were trying to spin it as there's another angle. Then sound. If there's another angle,
perspective.
there's perspective. My ass. You don't want to see that one. In terms of that camera angle, it's like if you if you didn't say perspective, what a show! My family, with the royal family as well.
Yeah.
What a show! To compose yourself, McGinn. In terms of the second angle, if you're saying there's another viewpoint on that goal, show it. You've got a billion cameras in the stadium. Don't just say, but I think we all have flashbacks to that Diaz goal against Tottenham where we've got a television company not showing the other angle of a clear goal and they're going, oh yeah, we couldn't show you the camera angle because we haven't got you one. But yeah, so Salah.
By the way, my new favorite, not commentator, but my new favorite kind of journalist asking questions, like your Jeff Reeves type fella, is that girl that was asking Luis Diaz questions at the end of the night tonight. She was sitting there in English, saying it in English, and she spoke better in Spanish than what she did in English. But then she was all about, like, it was just seamless in between. It was fantastic, and it was great to see. It was good from Amazon Prime tonight. I liked it.
I think that's one thing that everyone said, Chas, or anyone watching on repeat, let us know. I think in terms of Amazon, we know how much Jeff Bezos and the Amazon lads have got. In an ideal world, they spend a load of money in the Premier League and they make an app and a Netflix style.
Exactly, yeah.
But I'm not. I'm just we're all fans. We're not multi-billionaires. We know that might cost a lot of money, though, Kev. But that's what we've all dreamed of. But I think their coverage of Champions League football for the last couple of years has been absolutely exceptional, mate.
Yeah.
The pundits, the interviewees, the analysis as well, the presenting, the structure of the show as well. It's got absolutely so many elements that are really good. And obviously TNT and other television companies out there as well really need to bump up the ideas, really, because they're doing really well.
Do you know how easily Jeff Bezos could overtake and run football networking? So you might say it costs a lot. Like if he threw 10 billion at the Premier League, 10 billion at the Premier League.
It's tell the rights.
No, they said it, no. But you know how much he's worth?
Oh goodness.
He's worth $220 billion. 220 billion. He could take 10% of his net worth and just buy out football. Yeah, that kind of way. And it generates a lot of money back in as well. So he could risk 40% of his net worth, bang it in there, and make 80% of it back. It's that easy. And yeah, I would love to see that kind of thing, man, where we just go. I know you got no TV and you got this, all that kind of stuff that's out there now, but I've no interest in all those movie channels and stuff like that. I'd pay that, that $10 a month just to watch football.
And then you can. We're not sponsored by Amazon Prime, so if anyone's from Amazon's, we'll give you order to you. Yeah, sponsor us if you want.
Just do us. Give us that Netflix. You pay 20 quid a month for Netflix nearly, no? Yeah, I would do that a month if it was just football and it was all football. Like add in the German football, add in what you call it, and you'd full access to that. I would do that. And then nobody would be getting dodgy boxes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody would get them.
Yeah. No, it's the so Amazon. Don't get me. I'm not going to get started on the new Lord of the Rings series anyway. But yeah, great show. But yeah, continue the good presenting of the Champions League shows because it is probably the best in the business at the minute. So
it's good, yeah.
In terms of the third goal, Kev, quickly touching on Mohamed Salah again. You just run out of things, really, Kev. What can you not speak of Mohamed Salah? Because he's done.
I think the word is superlative.
Yeah,
he's just call him Mr. Superlative, and then that's it. That's all you do.
Like, he makes this look easy.
And he lost a lot of battles with Nkapia tonight.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't do many dribbles past every time he tried to go inside towards the byline, he lost the ball. He lost the ball like at least 6 or 7 times. But then he turns around and does these things 10 times a match. So I mean, it's a no-brainer, dude. Just give the guy a contract. We don't mind seeing him lose the ball 3 or 4 times in a row when he does this for the next 6 times in a row. You know, it's just, it's no-brainer.
He is. I never grew up in the era of saying this to Connor on his show as well. John Barnes, Stevie Highway, the legendary wingers at Liverpool Football Club. The list is endless. But in terms of the modern day, he's my people's age. You, Kev, as well. You're a bit more, slightly older than me, but our generation as well, in terms of growing up watching Salah as well. Obviously, you'll probably remember a bit more, obviously, the latter years of Liverpool's 89 season and around that as well. Not to give away your age, Kev.
Salah's on par for me with Stevie G as the best ever player to play for Liverpool.
Yeah.
And I love King Kenny. I love Ian Rush. They're great goal scorers, but they're below for me just because of the impact that he's had. The fact that he's a winger doing what he's doing as well. On that side, you know, you're talking about Kenny, who played mostly behind the number 9. You had Rush, who was an out-and-out striker. You know, it's going to be hard to beat him as just saying, if you're saying, oh yeah, the best striker in Liverpool history, Ian Rush, without a doubt.
Yeah.
You know, the best number 10, if you want to call it the old style number 10, just different ways of saying it, but that you say Kenny, you know, he would do all of this. He was a forward, he was a 10, he was whatever, you know. And then you'd say the best all-round player in Liverpool history is Gerrard. But then you look at the numbers of Salah, and you look at and it dominates that. And if Stevie G is the best player in Liverpool's history, Salah's right there with him, and the rest of the lads are there as well. You know, and it's great that a club like this has these type of players to say these are greats of Liverpool history. But Salah for me is up there on par. He gets so much disrespect; it's ridiculous.
It's just mad. It's. I think sometimes some of the bases.
That's exactly what Songs 4K just said there. Sorry,
yeah,
by the way.
big up there.
He said exactly. That's exactly why he does it. He tires out players, and then he just takes them apart later. Yeah,
it's just relentless. Any songs, big up there, mate. Thank you for tuning in, mate. So we enjoyed the game. I know you're all well and truly did. But in terms of he's just surpassed Fowler in terms of the Premier League goal score. I've got it on my phone.
That's God, Jack.
Yeah,
that's God for Liverpool fans.
Yeah,
he's just surpassed God in way less games, by the way.
Yeah, chat. I have got a graphic which we'll do a show on it this week. Premier League rankings amongst all top scorers. Salah's 8th, as we know. But in terms of, you look at the names in terms of the Premier League football, he'll
pass Henry this season.
Yeah, he's going to pass Henry, hopefully. He's already surpassed Fowler, striker, Defoe, striker, Henry, probably in the same bracket as Salah.
No, he started as a winger and became a striker. And got a kind of free roll striker role after that. He was kind of like, give Henry the ball up front and that's it, like, you know, that kind of.
And then obviously Andy Cole, he's only 20 goals off him. Aguero, striker. But that's the modern day footballer. Everyone will go, oh, he's inside forward, but he's doing those numbers on a consistent level. Like, I think his game has got better over the last couple of years in terms of creative. Not that he's never not been able to do that.
He's added to his game big time.
I think his vision is opened up. The more, I think he's kind of slowed his game down slightly. That might be a bit of age.
He's enjoying it, Jack. He's enjoying the assists. He's enjoying actually creating. Like, he enjoyed goal scoring. He's done the season where he's been top and he broke the record. I know Haaland's broken it since, but he's already done that. He's at an age now where can he go and do it again? If Salah puts his mind to it, he could, but maybe he's not at that level anymore where he can do that, where he can beat Haaland's record and do that. Maybe he is. We don't know. But he's not thinking about that anymore. He's thinking about what he can add to his all-round game. So he's full GA. You're going to look at Salah over the seasons, you're going to say, because everything's done in stats and GA now, rather than just saying somebody who gives goals. And it's up there. No, the GA is there. He's constant every season. His lowest is 39. Jack. You know, that's nuts. That means he's in the 40s for goals and assists every season. That's nuts. That's absolutely nuts.
And this is why I keep on banging the drum, like for all of us, every Liverpool fan. I want him to stay. I want him to retire at Liverpool, even if one of his legs falls off in the next 2-3 years. Still keep him at the football club because this fella, as Kev's alluded to, we've all seen Salah. He deserves to retire at Liverpool. I don't want him to play anywhere else, regardless of whatever bid comes in from if it's Saudi or if it's another top club in Europe. No, I want Salah to retire. As Kev said, he's on a level with Steven Gerrard. Obviously, our generation never grew up watching Kenny, but Kenny's he's
phenomenal.
Mount Rushmore of himself anyway, and we know. But in terms of the Premier League era, in terms of the last 20, 30 years, Salah is on par with Steven Gerrard, even possibly a bit ahead of him. But in terms of, because Salah's goals have massively contributed to the success at this football club as well. It wasn't just Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp after Jurgen Klopp wanted to get Julian Brandt. How wrong he was. Oh, it is what it is. It took a couple of scouts to get Salah in the door. The fourth goal. This is, as we were saying, Lucho Diaz, the tenacity really, and made up. Arne Slot didn't take him off though, Kev. Because there's been a couple of players, I think it was Gakpo in the cup, was it last week, where he took him off and he was fuming.
Hat-trick.
Yeah, and I think Salah in the last couple of seasons as well.
He's like, not in my watch. No hat-tricks on my watch. They get too big for the boots after a hat-trick. But Lucho is very, very... I think it's down to his attitude and his demeanour. Yeah. Like he said after the game straight away, the 3 points are more important. Not once did it look like in his eye, he was glinting at the fact that he got 3 goals. He was just delighted that he could contribute to get the 3 points and to be on top of the Champions League. So, for me, that's the attitude I want to see at Liverpool. No more of this stupid Barcelona talk. No more of this, none of that's happening this season. He's very, very happy at Liverpool. He's very happy with his football right now. He's very happy of how Slot is playing him. And, Gakpo has come up leaps and bounds. Look at Gravenberch. Gravenberch we thought was a bit... a bit kind of boy player. Where is he going to do? And Slot says you were best when you were doing your stuff at Ajax, where you were dropping a bit deeper and kind of tackling and creating and stuff. And it's nuts. That's an 8.0 for FootMob, right? But
yes, these aren't our ratings anyway. Big up to
him. Yeah, but he's been averaging at 7.4. Yeah, I never get that's nuts. That's nuts.
But in terms of that as well, though, Kev, in terms of when you analyse the game, absolutely dominant from Liverpool as well. Track it, you won't get any comments in as well, Gez.
Look how shit Trent is at 7.1. Oh, yeah. 7.1 is a phenomenal score.
Yeah, it's a great score.
It's a great score.
That's when we played well. You got
Look at worst defender in the league, 7.2. Look at that.
Awful.
Awful guy.
Tongue in cheek. So yeah, songs. No, enjoy it, mate. And this is what we've all wanted from Diaz: perform, score goals, get assists. We know we can do that. So we mentioned Diaz.
Yeah.
Get another hat-trick against Real Madrid, and we'll love you, lads. I think a lot of the speculation with him with Barca is outside South American noise, and it's all coming.
It isn't it?
Real Madrid. There is Janos that get paid allegedly by Real Madrid. To just spin. Well, they do Spanish news is mad in itself anyway.
Real Madrid, how they handle themselves, Barcelona, they're scumbags.
When they sign any
they're
player,
scumbags. Yeah, they're the lowest. They get consistent. They're consistently higher levels in competitions and stuff like that because they just do scumbag dealings and they do under the table dealings. They get funded completely different from other clubs. Whereas we have to, as a club like Liverpool, we speak about City in certain lights of how they do their business and how they create companies to fund themselves and do whatever like that. It's just the same over there. Real Madrid and Barcelona have been doing it for years, and they cornered the market on doing it for a long, long, long time until teams actually got better and contested with them. So,
Barcelona just collapsed the whole club on itself, just paying Messi stupid money for like 10, 12 years.
Yeah.
And They were skins and they've sold off.
Neymar as well.
Yeah, he should have stayed at Barcelona anyway. I think he would have won the Ballon d'Or before he left. But so Barcelona, and speaking of Barcelona, if we get them in any stage, we've got the qualities to beat them, but they're the teams to keep an eye on. Chats. Barca have been playing phenomenal football under the certain German coach that I would have liked to have seen at Liverpool, but don't want him now because Arne Slot's doing absolutely boss and we're flying. So
Slot ball.
Yeah, Slot ball. Kelleher, Kev.
Yeah.
It's so easy when you win 4-0 to forget the defensive displays. But we've got 8.4, as we know, in terms of the overall game, in terms statistically. Bayer Leverkusen had 4 shots on target. And it could have been a very different game, in all honesty, mate. I think the saves in which he made within the game were saves that were extremely difficult, very testing of him. And he demanded, because we see so many games within European football where goalies, that's what the best Courtois, bloody hell, Christ almighty, that Champions League final.
Oh my God, that dude against us is it's like Courtois that reminds me of not even Ederson at City, but who was the understudy goalkeeper?
City.
The ball guy.
Caballero
was our kryptonite when we played against him. Anytime Liverpool played against him, he saved everything. That dude saved everything against Liverpool. I'd rather see Ederson, I'd rather see Joe Hart, I'd rather see anybody else in the team on that day when they were at their peak, rather than Caballero. The minute I seen Caballero on the pitch, I said, lads, we're not scoring in this game. This dude is going to fly all over the place. Pep doesn't even rate him, but he just sucks everything in from Liverpool into his chest, or saves it, or knocks it. It's nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, it's mad, the composure as well, as Songs have just said there. He's never phased and he's just so consistent.
He's from Cork, boy. He's from where I'm from.
Yeah, it's like, I've never been a professional footballer, hence why I'm doing YouTube videos. But obviously, Kev, you played at a younger stage, really. There's people out there that played obviously professional football and certain levels as well. But me just being a fan, just analysing any goalkeeper for that matter, is the concentration levels to be an elite level goalkeeper when you have literally had 4 shots on target in the whole game and you deal with them quite comfortably. There's one thing,
double save at the end.
Yes, it's low down, it's quick. Obviously, the goalkeeping fraternity that we've got currently, when you are training with arguably the world's best goalkeeper, it will rub off on you. But even before that, I think we did see the qualities within Kelleher. But there will be, we keep on saying there will be a time when Kelleher leaves, but every season that goes by, he does go. But in terms of...
It won't be for 12 million anyway, as I can tell you that.
Yeah,
he'll be sold like a first team. He's played more games than Ali in the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, any team out there, and I want us to keep hold of Keller, being honest, and being greedy. But you've got to. There's one thing, analysing a player. Obviously, Keller wants to be playing first team football. He's playing that now, Kev.
Yes.
There might be a day in the future, but by Lord, we need to keep hold of Keller at this football club when he's playing. And when he's called upon, he doesn't disappoint.
Yeah, he doesn't. He does not disappoint at all. And even, Slot said himself tonight in an interview after that, the quality of your goalkeeper is not dependent. He says it reflects on the team. So what I can do is, when I look at what the goalkeeper's impact has in the game, I look at how often he's involved in the game. And the fact that he was barely involved in the game tonight shows me that I'm doing something right with the team. The fact that when he was involved, he made the saves that he did, shows me what high quality of a mindset that he has and how alert he is within a game. And that just goes to show you that's how good Queeveen is, man. He's a fantastic goalkeeper. He's our Irish goalkeeper. He'll be an Irish captain in the future, I guarantee you that. He's in the future he's a local lad here from where I'm from, and he's doing it proud. There's a lot of good athletes came out of Cork, Jack, that went and played. Dennis Irwin, Roy Keane, Queeveen Kelleher. There's not a handful of them,
but a lot of rugby plays as well. And
huge amount. Yeah.
certainly golfers as well.
Right.
Yeah, it's in the water, as they say.
Yes.
Sports personalities as well. But yeah, Queeve doing us proud, doing Cork proud, doing everyone proud, really, Liverpool, because long may it continue. And whatever happens with Alisson this season, hopefully he's back. But we are just in such a positive position as a football club that we've got the quality of Kelleher, the quality of Alisson when he's needed. But Alisson's got a bit of a job on on his hands, and I say that a bit tongue in cheek anyway. But if Kelleher keeps on performing like this, might struggle to get back in. But in terms
Hatcham
of
was brilliant tonight as well from crosses, Jack. He came. There was one cross that I found that was very dangerous coming in. We gave away a foul. I think it was trying to give away a foul to. He looked back at him a couple of times actually when he kind of keeled over his leg, and the cross came in at the end of it, and it could have been very, very dangerous because the cross was very good. But Keller read it straight away, came out, grabbed it, and just walked away with it, and then went for the attack. And it was the most casual. The first thing that came into my head is I went back to the days of Mignolet. I went back to the days of Bogdan. I went back to Mignolet was a
coming out and just losing the ball.
Yeah, Mignolet was a great shot stopper in his day, and he was a good penalty saver. But he couldn't save a ball near post. He could never catch a ball. And he always had to punch it, and and I see Queeveen coming out and he's just grabbing it midair and walking away with it, and it's fantastic to see. Pepe Reina was always a man who's, Pepe Reina was brilliant for Liverpool. He punched, he never cut. He always punched.
The bad thing about I love Pepe, I think we all did. He was the life of the party, especially the Spanish national team. Was it? I think it was Cesc Fabregas. There's a good interview on TNT. Go and check it out. He was speaking about before the Euros final, they were all sat in Pepe Reina's gaff, or obviously in the hotel, drinking hot chocolate and stuff. But obviously Fabregas saying now if he was the manager he would have been blazing, but that's how you win your World Cups and that's how you win Euros. Pepe Reina and all that, but he, as he said there, mate, he'd flap at everything. And we all loved, he won countless goalkeeping gloves, didn't he, alongside Petr Cech at that era of Premier League football. Was quite just to go how good Pepe was. But
even Jurci Dudek was underrated. He didn't do. We didn't have a great defence kind of in front of him at the time. It was always a makeshift defence that was in front of Jurci, and he gets less credit from what he did. He was brilliant for us in the Champions League final and all that, but he gets less credit because he was always open. He always had to do too much than what a goalkeeper needed to do, because it was at a period where we had a weak kind of defence. Besides maybe Steve Finnan at the time, who was fantastic. Big Sammy Carragher, I think. He had a couple of sending offs that season. He was missing for a few games. He was let open. We were always dealing with Aurelio and stuff, who was always injured in and out. We didn't know. And John Anarisa that was there, that came in earlier than that. So he always had a makeshift defence in front of him. Whereas Liverpool have been pretty solid the last few seasons, and I think they've developed really good goalkeepers underneath that. I mean, Yaros, who's going to be, even before Mamardashvili comes in,
I think
who's going to be our fourth choice. He's very good.
Spawn and great goalkeepers, they're all coming out left, right, and centre. But that just goes to show the great investment Liverpool have done for the last 10 years, I think, in the goalkeeping department. Peter Luger, I know he's not been given his opportunity fully at the club,
very
but
good goalkeeper.
He's very highly regarded by all accounts, not just in English football at Liverpool, but in terms of Brazilian football as well.
And speaking of Chelsea, they're very upset with us at the moment because of Engamore.
Oh, it doesn't take a lot with Todd Bowley and the boys, does it? As Songs has said, certainly. Well, Chelsea spent 70-80 million on Kepa. Mate, Kelleher is by far a much better goalkeeper than Kepa, who's currently on loan at Bournemouth.
Our first, I'm going to say it this way, Jack. Our first and second choice goalkeepers are better than any other goalkeeper in the league right now. Bar maybe Pope and that dope at Everton, who can have. He's only got little arms, but he can pull out some great saves. But then he can be an absolute nightmare. So, but they're more consistent, let's say. So we've got more consistent goalkeepers than most in the league. Pope, I feel for Nick Pope, man, because I wanted Nick Pope after Mignolet was leaving.
Kelleher
I wanted him big time, Yeah,
for me, Kelleher and Charles, let us know. Kelleher walks into any top side,
100%.
outside
any other team in the league outside. Outside. I think Keller goes in before Ederson. I don't even think Pep likes Ederson at the moment.
Oh, he's still fuming about him going to Saudi.
He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't. They don't. It's not going on there. Even Ortega, Keller gets into the Man City's team right now, right over Ederson because of the relationship that's happening, and Ederson's having a lot of f-ups. Let's say that, right? And
Keller is good with his feet. That's one aspect of his game that he's really good.
Yeah,
calmness as well to his game. So.
Kind of. Don't give me a heart attack. We played a game a few weeks ago, and he handed. We were coming like Ireland's in a transitional period at the moment. We were starting to play really good football, but he gifted him a goal when we could have actually gone 2-1 up in that game. I think that was against Greece a few weeks ago, if I remember rightly.
No respect to your Ireland national side, though, mate. But he's not playing with Van Dijk and Canate at all, mate.
No, I know. He's playing with Collins, though.
Oh, is that the lad from it?
Brentford.
Oh, true. But
he's done. But no, look, we're developing a good side there in Ireland, and there's a few lads coming through that are doing well at the moment, and I'd like to see give more of an opportunity. You see, Ireland's all about heart, Jackie. So when it comes to the football, it's not about winning things. Because the first thing I turn around is to say, and I hear a lot as well from a lot of English lads, they turn around and say, what have Ireland ever won? And I said, just one less trophy than England.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I just said. Yeah, one less trophy than England. And that's it. That's all I say. Ireland have won one less trophy in England. And that's the first thing when anybody ever says anything to me like that, right? I turn around and say that. Ireland, we're not about that. We don't care about winning tournaments. It's great if we do it, but we're about the fan base is legitimately one of the best fan. It is the best fan base in the world for me because I'm Irish. I'm just going to be biased this moment. But like we're the guys that you can go and party with. So yeah. But look, even saying that you're touching on, as Songs there said, you're touching on Van Dijk and all of that. We have an abundance of great defensive talent in the team. We have an abundance of goalkeepers in the team. We have an abundance of forwards in the team. I do think we need to top up on left back and midfield. I would break the bank on Wirtz, to be honest with you. And Palacios got a 7.4 for their team tonight, and he was the guy that I wanted over Zubimendi last season. Remember, I was raving about that guy non-stop, and I was just like, yeah.
I was in a message after the game, maybe we'll just show now. I tell you now, I was like, he's just shipped for Kev. Obviously, he's fighting fires with a water gun, really, and he's not going to put those.
He's next to Granit Xhaka. He shipped fives and fours and all that against Liverpool when he was in the Premier League. You know, it's Granit Xhaka can go and do that in Germany, but you come up against the likes of Liverpool or even Arsenal or any of these kind of teams, and they're going to punish you. It's just the way it is.
Granit Xhaka in his Arsenal career has got certainly a lot of 6.4s when it's come to playing at Anfield. He just doesn't have a Scooby-Doo mate.
He's had 4.9s, man. He's had 4.9s at Anfield sometimes.
But shout out to him and the lads at Leverkusen.
Yeah.
But
doing really well. Only unbeaten in those 69 games until we came along. Just granted, yeah.
I know Arsenal might go, oh, we don't miss him, but I think he missed accurate.
Yeah,
and especially the way Arteta is playing.
Actually, no, this season they haven't, because Thomas Partey has probably been Arsenal's best player this season.
But I still think he missed that bite, though. Do you reckon that nastiness to him, really? Yeah. I think that's come out of track. But in terms of
they like their players arguing back with them when they're walking off a pitch.
Yeah, and then fuming at the referee as well. Don't get me started on Arsenal. Shout out to Arsenal. Simicus, the lads at the back, quickly touch on the Van Dijk, Canate, Simi. Solid, mate. It's
Van Dijk has been solid. He comes up to the midfield. He does his thing. He goes back. He's great. You look at Canate. Canate is our best defender this season by a country mile.
And wasn't injured last week. Yeah, so that's massive anyway. But it's the way in which it's one thing being 6'4", 6'5", but to have that confidence about your game, no lads, to impact the game and present yourself on the pitch. You've got to certainly back it up the quality, and the lads do certainly. Yeah.
But look, it's easy, for Slot to pick it. Canate and Van Dijk are our best defenders. But then you like I have to say it over last week or the other day, Jack. But Joe Gomez was man of the match for me against Brighton when he came in the other day. He was the best player on the pitch when he came on. The tackles. You look at that Salah second goal and you see where that started from, and that was from an absolute brilliant dive and slide tackle in front of. I think it was either Matoma or Enciso it was goal bound. That was going to be a goal, and he got right in front of him, blocked it, and he did it time and time again, and he created chances to the whole lot. Joe Gomez completely changed that game when he came onto the pitch the other day, and that's what we have in our defence. We have great goalkeepers. We now have great defence that's pretty much fighting fit all the time, because even Joe Gomez was one of our most important, most utilitarian players last season. He was brilliant. He could play in any position that you put him in last season, and he's grown from that this season as well. And Kwanzaa is going to learn from them, and he was great last season too.
Yeah, dare to say it. Well, I'll say it now. I know it's early stages, November, but I think if Liverpool want to be successful in terms of winning trophies this season, I think it will be the fringe players that win us the trophies. The great Manchester United sides, all the Solskjaers, the players that come in, impact the game. Look at Man City as well. Obviously, Foden's great to have Foden as a luxury player, but when he's not been playing over the last couple of seasons, Bernardo, other players coming off the bench, Mahrez, stupid depth. Liverpool, I think this season, as you alluded to there, Gomez.
The British media are going to start turning Foden into the next Rashford.
Oh, I hope not.
Because they're going at. He's a great player, but they're going at him this season and just saying he's not doing enough. And they're doing their little pokes with their little needles, bursting the little bubbles and doing that kind of stuff. And I'm a Liverpool fan, but Foden's a great player. And you start playing on somebody's mindset like that, it starts bringing them down. You get to Rashford's level, and it's nuts.
No, but
they like destroying players.
I think Foden can turn around. I think Foden's won 4 or 5 league titles already, and he's only 23, 24. Something mad, but it's crazy. He will be some player. I still think he can win a Ballon d'Or, but I think post Pep, it might be a bit more.
I don't know about a Ballon d'Or, because his numbers aren't like if Salah doesn't win a Ballon d'Or, Foden's not winning the Ballon d'Or. So if that's the thing. They go on about whatever's happening this season and whatever they've won. Like it's amazing that Xabi Alonso didn't get Manager of the Year last year, and Ancelotti did, because
the Ballon d'Or. He didn't even get the Manager of the Year. Who was it? It was Ancelotti.
Ancelotti won it.
What are we saying with that? That is a joke.
It's nuts. He's just had an invincible season. Who cares who wins the Spanish league for the 150th time or whatever, and then wins the Champions League for I'm only going to say the 11th time, because those other 5 were definitely bought. The first 5 are not counted. They bought those. It was like you buy that. It was completely illegal. Anyway, I'm saying that straight here live on YouTube. I don't care. That was.
Well, I was watching a documentary. I think it was on LCTV.
Yeah.
And when I'm going back in the years, was it Inter Milan when we played under Shankly, and I think it was one of his very first outings in Europe, and I think it was in semis where we got absolutely robbed, and it come out. I think it was like post Shankly's era of that referee got investigated, and it was just it was that era prime Italian, ridiculous.
Liverpool would have been on about 10.
We'd have another Champions League European Cup.
About 10 European Cups with the clubs. There was a couple of French teams at it. There was a couple of other teams at it that paid off referees, and I still think, even I don't like Chelsea as a football club at all, but I still think that happened to them against Barcelona a few years ago. I remember Drogba was like this. 100% that happened to him. 100%. So much corruption going on. I
remember being a young lad watching that. I was like, what is this? Welcome to the world of football. At the elite level. But
there's other situations that are unlucky and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know what happened against that. I remember Carroll that was on goal for United, and he saved the Spurs goal inside the goal. Spurs, and then it came out, and then everyone said, "Fix" and all this. I think it was anything like that. I just think that was just stupidity. But these scenarios are stupidity. Other things that are just blatant are just blatant. Yeah.
But even with VAR, everyone's like, "Oh, that would be eradicated." But lads and ladies, we scored a blatant goal last season against Tottenham.
The Bobby Firmino goal against Aston Villa always stands out to me. He's completely onside.
Yeah.
When the ball came in for the cross, he's completely onside, and they gave it away as a goal. Yeah.
So quickly, Curtis Jones, we've given him his flowers correctly. So before anyone tuning in now, rewind the episodes as well. What you can watch it from the top. And if anyone's just tuning in, do drop a like on the video as well. Head over to Kev Spider LFC. And massive thank you to everyone that has followed Kev. Really appreciate you all heading over to TikTok and give him a follow. He's can do live streams as well, which would be good.
I can do lives.
Yes. Yeah, of course. But in terms of the lads in midfield, we mentioned the lads at the back. Curtis Jones, superb. Obviously getting an assist for the first Liverpool goal. Bit of a quiet, well, we say quiet night. He played really well. There's one thing getting in and around. Obviously, Garcia, if anyone not is being watched by Leverkusen, he was signed from a very good Girona side last season, who took La Liga by storm. He's complemented that midfield really well. I think Palacio, Granit Xhaka wasn't on it, but I think in terms of the lads in midfield, Kev, the first 45, as we said, we were getting overrun and in moments. But obviously, Arne Slot, in terms of, we spoke about how he changed the game tonight. But in terms of the lads in midfield, I think it was another learning curve for Ryan Gravenberch and McAllister in this Liverpool system, because there's going to be, of course, difficult games this season. But from a tactical perspective, I think tonight would have been one of the most difficult and most demanding in terms of just having your head on a constant swivel, scanning the pitch. You've got weight, we haven't even mentioned weight as well, dropping into those pockets of space. Like, it was exceptional, mate.
It was good, yeah.
And when we had that 20, 30-minute spell in that second half, those three lads in particular were at the forefront of exactly why Liverpool were doing well.
I said tonight, after the first half, this is the best team we played all season. For you not seeing, but I also said that I think Slot has set up the team where they're allowing. I think Slot is very clever. I know I might give away, I might actually inadvertently give away a tactic or something like that he uses, or a mind game that he uses or something like that. But I think in a way he's very clever that he knows that this team is going to come in and try and play against Liverpool in a certain way. But if we give up the way we play for a little bit and allow them more space and allow them to get on the ball a bit more, they stop the mindset that they're in of how to play against Liverpool, and they just start playing their own way. And then Liverpool start playing the Liverpool way, and then they what was they supposed to do here in this scenario? When they do this, what was they supposed to do? And he catches them out. And that's what happens when we change. He changes around in the second half, and that's why we've been such a second half team these days, because we're allowing them to play their game in the first half and then kind of saying, but no, you're not going to break us down, but we're going to let you have some of the ball so we see what you do with it, and then we're going to make sure that your players go into this certain space because we're going to allow you into this certain space. But in the second half, you're going to be so comfortable in that space, you're going to forget what you were supposed to do when you started the game. And then we just go on and take over the game, and then the lads are just dumbfounded, like, oh yeah, Liverpool just did us there, like,
That's a perfect analysis, mate. It's exactly what you spot on. I think I'm thinking back to that, as you're saying, that I think it was the Chelsea game as well this season.
It gives you goosebumps to think about it like that, doesn't it? It's like really good man management. Yeah.
It's almost like Sloss going, right, lads, to the opposition teams going, like, boys, I'm new to this Premier League game. You can have a bit of the ball, but we know for a fact, like Forest done, they punished us when they had their
wing backs,
and they sat behind the ball and they frustrated the hell out of us. But there's one thing sitting behind Liverpool, and then there's another thing concentrating for 95 minutes within a game. Not many teams can do that, and as we're seeing by Leverkusen, they were knackered in the second half. But it's a great analysis there, Kev. Spot on, mate.
Wouldn't surprise me if Nottingham Forest did like a 3/4 of what Leicester did this season. It wouldn't surprise me because they're playing good football. They're really sussing out teams. Espirito Santos, he's a good manager. He's a good coach. Good coach. He just had bad owners. Yeah, you can get good coaches with bad owners. Mourinho is a good coach, bad owner. Tottenham, Nuno Espirito Santo, good coach, bad owners. Harry Redknapp, knew football inside out, knew how to play the game. Good coach, wasn't given the money. Was just thought of just as a lad, was never given the money, and that's what I went to. So it's nuts, man. There's a lot of bad owners out there and good coaches, and that's your biggest problem. Is where the money lies, and
Yeah, it's the main thing is for all of us Reds going to this to round off. We've mentioned Salah's brilliance, Gakpo. I think long may continue. The main thing is Liverpool going into the next couple of weeks, next couple of months, and this year is we score goals. But I think that complementary meant like the complementary from the defence, the midfields, and the attacking lads as well. We've mentioned Costas, we've mentioned Curtis when he's come in this season.
Yeah.
So Buzz come off the bench tonight. He will be given his opportunities. I think for any
Gakpo and
team,
Diaz on par. They've been scoring goals left, right, and centre, making assists left, right, and centre. Salah just being Salah. Yeah.
So it's all about them as a team and as a collective, mate, and Reds as well out there, just being composed, biding our time as we've seen tonight. Waited 45 minutes. I know we'd like to be 3-0 up in the
And we're
first
still
20
waiting
minutes.
for Jota and Elliot to come back, which is great.
It's just exciting. We haven't even seen. Well, we've seen it in pre-season, Elliot, and we were like, "Oh, hello."
Yeah.
He was doing little flicks over the top of the defenses to Carvalho in the pre-season, but that's the thing. We have got a very good coach at the helm. Like he's blowing my mind. I think probably you, Kevin, all of us. Obviously, we're only in November, and as I said,
dude, I'm a tactical stats guy. I love it, and I love watching him do what he does.
Yeah, well, it's what us fans do and getting ahead of ourselves. But when we're analysing every Liverpool fan out there, if you go on the ground or if you're watching at home with your mates or going to the pub or whatnot, or watching this Liverpool team, we're like, and going 4-5 months in, whatever it's been, with Arne Slot, can you imagine 2-3 years down the line with proper reinforcement? Well, say proper, I mean, adding already to the great quality that this squad has already got. It's gonna look good. And Xabi, nice one, lad. It was good to see you, mate. But we are on a new phase of Liverpool. I would have liked him before Arne Slot, but I think all of us would. But I think we wish Xabi Alonso the best, Kev. I think he will eventually end up at Real Madrid. How do you reckon things will develop? I'd like him to stay at Leverkusen and win, like, say, 2-3 titles. I think for his personal development, a game against a very strong Liverpool side tonight will be a massive learning curve. It won't get any more difficult for them in Europe, I don't think.
Yeah.
But in terms of his analysis of tonight's game, in terms of going forward, him as a coach and just general sense as well, how do you reckon it?
Well, he said it himself. Like, you know, he said that the fact that when we did go a goal down, the fact that Liverpool came and punished us so fast, it knocked the wind completely out of the sails. There was nothing. How do you counter that? How, you know, you're adjusting like tactics wise because you know how you just got opened up, and it's hard. And then after that, they completely dropped. They were walking. I looked at them, and I think it was like the 69th minute to the 73 minute, and I saw the majority of the team walking for them. They were knackered. They were trying to press from the start of the game, and that's the thing about Liverpool, because Liverpool are a fit side. They're a good side, and even when we look tired, we notice that they look tired because they've gone down about 20%. But then you look at other teams and you say, "Oh, geez, they seem like at 50% of us, even at our 20% down." And then you're kind of saying, "Yeah, you can see the differences there." Then, but they looked knackered tonight, Leverkusen, when it came to even like the 60-odd minute. But that's the good, because that was the way Liverpool worked. And when we did play a bit of heavy metal football, that's how it worked. But now we're doing it so tactically. It's all about passing around, making them move, making them do. You know, we don't need to move too much. We don't need to be too over the top. We just have to tire them out. We have to take that 40% away from them. And then we have to kill the rest, like another 20% of that, by scoring goals and take away their will. And then they're left with 30% of nothing to play with. And that's what it looks like. We're breaking down teams where we're slowly slowing them down. Look, not in the forest, we couldn't break them down this season, and it was a learning curve for us, and we haven't made the same mistake since, which is great. But on top of that, you know, Arsenal was learning. We should have polished them off last week, especially when they went out to the 10 in.
When the next Forest comes along, which it will inevitably, and we're potentially in Europe as well, there might be hopefully it's not Real Madrid, but there will be a result that won't go our way, because we're not by Leverkusen from last season. We will get beat. But and that's probably, as I said to you weeks ago, mate, and when we done our shows, I said when we was doing my post match of that game, I said at that time, I said it's probably done a bit of the best thing for us in regards to you can never learn if you don't make mistakes as a team or in a life anyway. Like you analyze everything, especially football games as well. Like it would have been weird if Liverpool didn't win games because we wouldn't really have a good barometer of where we need to improve. But yeah, it's
I prefer Jack if we do what we're doing now, which is if we do go down the goal, we turn it around.
Yeah.
There and then. Don't lose it out, don't drop the head, don't do it, because that leads us down a bad road of where we were kind of under the bad periods of Klopp and stuff like that. And what we did there now against Brighton was fantastic. You know, it went down the goal. Yeah, they're good side. Yeah, they're a good side this season in the Premier League, and they have been. And he's a young coach, and he's doing dynamic stuff. And sometimes they get caught, and sometimes they don't. But yeah, they can hurt big teams in the way they play. But yeah, look, one goal down, and then to turn around like the way we did. And the thing is, we're turning games around really quickly. You look at this Bayer Leverkusen game tonight; it's another example of that. We scored, and we scored again within 90 seconds. You know, and we've been doing that to a lot of teams lately, where if they score against us and we score, you better shut up shop fast, or we're going to go and score again, and we're going to punish you. And if we punish you, we force you to come out. So if we go to 2-1 up, we're forcing them to come out then to try and get back into it out of sheer frustration and anger, and then we punish them again and again, and it's, you know, it's working. So long may it continue.
Long may it continue, Reds. Long may it continue. I think we've more or less get your man of the matches in. If you are new round here, 10 people in here. Thank you for everyone. If you are watching, what are we, an hour and 15 minutes in? A massive thank you to everyone that is tuned in tonight. A massive thank you for Kev taking the time out tonight and for getting involved as well, mate.
Oh, yeah,
yeah, we will be. Well, the games are coming thick and fast. Have a quick look on the Champions League. That's one thing that we did have planned anyway. For the end segments of the show. Anyone watching or listening to the audio as well. Currently, Liverpool, we are flying. We're on 12 points. We're top. But let's get on this for the top. I know there's a couple of teams. There's still the 7th and 8th team, Inter and Brest, are still to play their game tomorrow. Inter against Arsenal, and obviously Brest are against Slavia, I think. Apologies. I don't know. Who is that? I don't know that badge. I should really know. It's poor football knowledge there. Sorry, Chas. But in terms of the top 8 currently, and if it was to end now, this would be the top 8. Liverpool second, Sporting, who have just slapped Manchester City. We'll quickly touch on that game, Real Madrid's game as well. But it's Liverpool, Sporting, Monaco in third, Dortmund 4th, Villa 5th, Manchester City 6th, and Brest 7th, and Inter 8th. But Kev, that is looking absolutely madness when you analyse the other teams, because you've got Arsenal, you've got Juve, you've got Leverkusen, Lille, Celtic with a big win tonight. I think when you analyse their fixtures and their teams, they've got a couple of very, well, not difficult games in terms of when you analyse Celtic's group stage fixtures. But any surprises for you at this early stages? Only like 4 weeks in, but we're just coming up to the halfway stage in a couple of weeks' time with 5 games played at we're halfway through the Champions League qualifying. Quick maths.
Look, Real Madrid are probably the obvious surprise in there, but they tend to kind of do badly at the start of tournaments sometimes. But you put Real Madrid in a knockout situation and they can turn it around anytime. They know how to win, and that's the problem. So you need to stop Real Madrid. You need to kind of stop them now. So with the next game coming up being us, you know, if they go into a scenario where they've won 2 and lost 3, you know, they're in very much danger of getting put against a big side that could potentially knock them out in an early stage when they don't turn up for games. So and you know that could only benefit us really in the long run.
They are, for the audio listeners, they are 17th Real Madrid currently as it stands. Obviously, scored 9, conceded 7. But it's that factor of, as we said at the top of the show, mate, and Reds and just neutrals listeners as well. It's not like we've never not been here with Real Madrid in regards to the Galactico era of Real Madrid. The fact that they've went out and they have spent big money in terms of wages for Mbappe, but they've sacrificed a lot of what they've done well under Ancelotti, in my honest opinion. Kev will be back in a second as well. But yeah, I think obviously I was speaking to Connor on his show tonight. Rodrigo's out, currently injured. For me, I think it was Benzema this week spoke about Real Madrid have currently got the two best left wingers in world football. I think Vinny's the best left winger in world football, has been for a very long time. What he does on a football pitch, scoring the winner against Liverpool in the Champions League final. He's got that individual quality that wins you games. But I think Real Madrid have gone backwards, which is mad to say, considering they've improved it with Kylian Mbappe. But anyway, let us know your thoughts on that, because it's just mad. Like the year of the early 2000s, when you had that Galactico era, where they were signing every top player under the sun, and they just weren't winning trophies. Kev, what do you think about that with Real Madrid? I think
they've gone backwards. They can't. I don't think the Vinicius likes it, like, and Mbappe like each other. I think they have a competition mindset. I think that it's disrespectful to Real Madrid to buy Mbappe at the caliber of player he is. While you have a Vinicius Junior there, you should really go and buy a 3/4 of his level or a half his level. That can still be 100% of somebody else's level in another team or league or in Europe, and kind of do it that way. You're always going to have problems. I mean, back in the days when there was Galactico, they had major players that were in positions that were world class players brought in, but then they had homegrown talent that were also like really high caliber and to come in and kind of play under these guys, but then they also got big names to themselves. But they were okay because they built them from lower up. Now they're just buying talent for the sake of it and can't do anything with it. They're turning into Manchester United in Spain.
I just can't put my finger on it though, mate. I think us as neutrals, when you analyse Real Madrid, when we will analyse them in a couple of weeks when we play them, is they'll play well. They expect them to play well, but obviously the loss of Toni Kroos, I mean, that's been a big miss as well in regards to them. But you watch Mbappe for France. I think we all remember that Qatar World Cup.
Yeah,
he just, within a matter of 10 minutes, he'd done nothing in the game, but he'd gone and scored 2-3 goals within the game, and you're like, what? Obviously, a couple of penalties as well, but still, a goal's a goal in the World Cup final. But you look at City as well, though, Kev. What's happening with City over the last couple of weeks?
They're burnt out, Jack.
Is this going to be the season like where we won the league, where you have a Laporte
it feels like, but I said it
like Rodri injury. We know what pivotal.
I said if Rodri was injured or Haaland gets injured or something like that, City are in big trouble. They have nobody to counter it. They have De Bruyne, who's only just coming back, and no offense, but De Bruyne is playing at 50% of what he used to play. Like he's for me, he looks like he's a bit spent. I thought he was going to leave in the summer and go somewhere else. He's nowhere near the level that he used to play at. Now we come back and spank me in the arse and we move on, and turn back into the De Bruyne we know. But he hasn't been that for quite a while. But he hasn't. And Rodri is, there's a reason why he won the Ballon d'Or. He's at a world class level, but they have nobody else to come in and do that. They tried it with Calvin Phillips. That didn't work out. They've made a few strange buys in the last few seasons. They have a lot of injuries. They've only got 13 outfield players. Well, 14 now with De Bruyne back. That's nuts.
It does make me laugh. I'm not buying into this, though. I don't think any Liverpool fan is, and you're not, Kev, is a little old City. Oh, we've got injuries. Mate, City's second team and third team can easily win the league.
Yeah.
We're not buying into this notion, but I get what you're saying there, mate, and it's crazy because quickly looking at City's, I think with Real Madrid, I think City's draw was against Inter, and obviously them getting slapped by the future Manchester United manager. Do you think Man United fans certainly would have been celebrating that?
Why are they celebrating? It's not their team.
I know,
and it won't be their team until he spends another 600 million buying them and then fails in the league. It's he's won that with Sporting with really good players that he has at Sporting. It's going to take him quite a while to do the same at Manchester United. I think he's just, no one's.
Sorry on that one there, Kevin. And you listen as well.
I'll stop anytime somebody goes, whoa, because there's some deadly stat about to come in. Yeah.
No, just City's fixtures off the back of this slapping tonight. They've got Brighton in the Prem away, and then they've got Tottenham, who did just being knocked out by last week in the League Cup or whatever it
Yeah.
was. I know they were away, and then they're at home against Feyenoord in 3 weeks' time. At home, you'd expect them to beat them, but the way they're playing at the minute, you never know. But then they are away against Juve, Thiago Motta's side, who've done reasonably well in terms of his new management.
He's 10th. So.
Yeah. So in terms of that, and then they've got PSG away in a couple more weeks' time in the Champions League. So that is probably the back end.
So who have they got either side? Because I know we've got Real Madrid and then City. So who have they got? Have they got like Feyenoord and then us?
Yeah. So they've got Feyenoord. Yeah. Sorry, they've got Feyenoord before they play Liverpool on that weekend. Yeah. So they play Feyenoord midweek and then Liverpool in 4 weeks' time, 4 weeks' time anyway. But yeah, you'd expect City to qualify, but you look at it, Feyenoord, if City don't get a win against Feyenoord, at least they're going away to Juve, they're playing away to PSG, and then they're at home against Club Brugge. You'd expect Club Brugge to win, but I swear, we're at Club Brugge in qualifying here. I think Club Brugge
They're playing Aston Villa tomorrow night.
Yeah, so we're at Club Brugge in the standings. Sorry there.
Tomorrow afternoon, I should say.
Yeah, well, Club Brugge got 3 points from 3 anyway. Yeah. But we played quite some.
It's a Belgian side. They're not going to.
Yeah, but you never know. You never know. Football's a very, very fickle old sport. Anyway, a big win for Celtic tonight as well, though, Kev.
Yeah.
Obviously at home against Leipzig of all teams. It's a weird team, Leipzig, for me.
Yeah, yo-yo team.
So
yo-yo team. Yeah, they just want to survive and make money, that's it.
Yeah, quickly round up here. I know it's been late, mate. Apologies, chat as well.
Right.
Yeah, 100% their songs. 100% songs that there. Villa and Liverpool, the best in Europe. Is this 1982? I don't know. They were good years for both sides, anyways. We know.
That was one.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Giving away your dates, Kev. Chat, quickly one. If you're still in the comments, massive thank you. Let us know who. I know it's early stages. Don't want to obviously get off the horse too quick anyway in regards, but chat, get your top 8. Do you think the top 8 will stay similar? Kev, I know it's early stages, but 4 weeks in to the Champions League. Do you think any changes? Do you think any big teams might miss out in terms of qualifying?
I'm hoping Real Madrid do, but yeah, I hope they do. But then everybody else, I don't care, because it's just we're a better side when we get going than Real Madrid. We have been for a few years now. But the thing is, Real Madrid know how to win these games. They know how to frustrate you. They know how to create the space. They know how to lock you into like a snare and keep you in certain angles where they look like they have all the space in the world, and it's nuts. But Slot's tending to do that now to teams. He did it to Leverkusen tonight. He did it to Brighton in the second half, and he's done it a couple of times. It definitely did it to Manchester United. And I want to see more of that. So now I'm less worried about him, but I kind of want to be part of the nail in the coffin. So like, it's an important game that we beat them when they come to us in a few weeks.
This standing for any, you all probably know the format now, though, Kev. Quickly on that, like they're all going to be, because anyone that finishes from 9th to 24th or whatever it is, they play another round of fixtures.
16 teams from 9th, yeah.
Yeah, so say if like Arsenal finishing 9th, they'll be playing, I think it's the bottom. I think it goes from top to bottom.
Yeah, it goes, yeah. Same as the same. Yeah. What the only way I can explain is the same as the championship playoffs. So where third is there, they'd play 6th, and then at 4th they'd play 5th, and then the winner would play that.
Like, as it stands, that could be absolute utter carnage. Because you're looking at Juve there, and they could potentially, if it was to finish today, I know obviously you've got plenty more games to go, but you got Paris Saint-Germain against Juve, you got Real Madrid against Benfica, and Barcelona versus AC Milan. It's gonna be, and then you've got another round to then qualify for the knockouts again. So
that is no way. Is that no? It's just one playoff, and to get the last 16, it's one playoff, and then that's it, isn't it? Yeah, as far as I know. But is that 2-legged playoff?
It's just crazy.
That's nuts.
Yeah, no. So obviously, anyone in that blue category plays against each other.
Yeah,
they get put into again, and then obviously if they get qualified, they go into the next stage, and then they still have to then
let all of them that's down there right now play with. Drop Manchester City in there as well, please.
Yeah, more games. It's literally an extra game to play as well. So
yeah,
we continue.
We do. No, I think Manchester City are they're in the mud at the moment. They're going to be for a few weeks. I think it's going to take them a while to get out of it. They'll get the other result, but I think it's now time for Liverpool to capitalise in the league. Whatever happens outside, worry about the other competitions later.
Yeah.
But whatever happens, just go nuts in the league. We got Aston Villa coming up this weekend, and then after the international break, which we are notoriously kind of terrible at, but we did well against Chelsea this time. We've got Southampton away, and then City after that. So with Real Madrid in between them, but we got a tough few games coming up there because there's Newcastle after that. There's Everton straight after that. So in the league, we've got Southampton, Man City, Newcastle, and Everton in a row, which is a nuts. But we're capable of beating them all.
If we keep on playing as well as we do, Kevin, chat, if we qualify with 3 weeks to spare in the top 8, and we're quite comfortable on top first and second spots. By
Lille and PSV will just be seeing our kids.
Yeah, we'll just play our strong sides in the Premier League as well. But the mentality of the Irish lot, I don't think he'll do that. But it's all well and good. It's something that
we only need 4 points from the last 4 games. So we beat Real Madrid. We know we only need a point from the rest of the games. You can go out there and you could risk the kids against Girona, the way they're playing at the moment, and just get a result. Yeah, I know that's a way. I think that one, and risk it, and then with the odd star coming into the team, and then maybe even do the same after that if you want. Unless you're ambitious and you want to win all the.
If FSG are looking at that, they're going, we need some extra money. Well, we need to pay off the contract, so maybe. If we go crazy and win 8 games,
we beat our own record.
There we go. That would pay for Salah, Van Dijk, and Trent's contracts if we won all 8. But that's being a bit too greedy. But
take it.
Yeah,
greedy, the right kind of greedy.
Yeah, Kev, quick man of the match for you, lads.
Tonight is I have to give to Luis Diaz. As much as Jones improved in the second half and stuff, there was issue. I still think it's Luis Diaz or Ibu. So yeah, but Luis Diaz because he got a hat trick, man. He was very good.
Yeah, he's loved him, mate. We love all these players. I'm really proud to privilege all of us to watch this Liverpool side of the minute. Quick one, as Song said, hopefully Arsenal lose the playoffs as well. Fingers crossed, mate. It could be Arsenal PSG. Yes, it'd be crazy, mate. The thing is, we can all sit there as neutrals and watch all those games.
It's that break that we have in that 3-week period where we're resting and they're playing and battling it out. That's what you want. So yeah,
that's gonna be like he certainly has, mate. Certainly has. Great that we've got the forward 6 when Chiesa is back to full fitness. I know people are like, oh, he's still in. Well, I think if we can get all 6 of them firing, I think we could literally win it all.
Yeah, I said Diaz should have been a striker months ago. Put him in there, just leave him play that Bobby role, and he'll score more goals. And I love Bobby. He'll score more goals than a Bobby. You see it tonight, hat trick against a team with one loss in 69 games. Come on,
not too bad. And who's man of the match with Deals as well. Big up there, mate. Good to see you in the comments, mate. And Reds, have a lovely rest of your day as well. You never walk alone. And if they didn't believe me, they believe me now as well. 100% there, mate. Now you don't believe us. We don't know win the league. Yeah, said that in November. Chat.
Who cares? Get on the bandwagon. Come on, Jack. Let's go.
Both out of the air, the traps really early. Kev, massive thank you.
No problem.
Please do let everyone know where everyone can find you, please, mate. The links to Kev's socials and everything are in the description. But Kev, he's a regular on the channel as well. But please do head over, support Kevin over socials as well. He's a big support for me. But where can everyone find that?
In your description. No, you'll find me at for football related stuff at Spider LFC. You find me for gaming related stuff at Irish Spider Guy or just Spider. Pretty much everywhere. It's Spider on Facebook and it's Irish Spider Guy everywhere else. And and you'll find me on TikTok at Spider LFC, which I can now go live, and I will once I set it up into my OBS. I'll be doing lives as well for the watch alongs, which is great.
Happy days. Hopefully no dancing from you lot. Maybe if we win the league. Yeah, certainly. I think we all will be. But everyone, thank you very much. There's still 7 of you in, and we're what, an hour and 34 minutes. A massive thank you. Should be live tomorrow. Yeah, Thursday night we'll do a show because I want to speak more about Liverpool. We all do because we're absolutely flying at the minute. Just keep an eye on the socials tab, chat. Kev, what time is best for you? What we'll
When?
we organise tomorrow if you're free.
Yeah, usually.
6. Yeah.
Yeah.
6. Yeah. 6
Same back
p.m.
time, same back channel.
Yeah. Come back at 6 p.m. Everyone, see you at 6 tomorrow, GMT UK time. And if you are watching this on the repeat, massive thank you for tuning in, especially if you're watching till this late as well in the video. Do drop your comments in. Me and Kev or anyone on the channel, all the great community that we've got, we'll be getting through to all your comments as well. But everyone, have a lovely rest of your night. The Reds are flying. We're top of the league of the Champions League. We're top in the Premier League as well.
The Reds are coming up to you. The Reds are coming up to you.
Hey, on your head, chat. Right, chat. It's bedtime. Right, everyone, have a lovely rest of your night. Kev, thank you again. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And we'll see you tomorrow, 6 p.m. UK time, GMT. See ya. Ta-da.